everyone, this is Jenny and welcome back for another cushion review. I'm really excited to do this video because I'm finally reviewing the ever popular CLIO Kill Cover Fixer cushion. So this has been out for about a year or so now, and this is the only time that I'm going to try it, and I'm really excited to try this because this is really popular and the claim is just tempting. Like, the claim is that it's long lasting and it doesn't transfer to your mask, and that's a really big claim to make, but I'm just really curious to see whether this really does not transfer on your mask. So I'm really keen to try this, and this is probably going to be different from your usual fixer cushion that you'll be seeing in some online shops, because this is a limited edition. So I got this in Olive Young Global for $25, and I really like it because it's just so unique. Cushion case is the thinner one. I think this is the new packagings that they've released for all their cushion, and you can interchange this with the other older cushion, CLIO cushion. So what you can swap this with is the CLIO calming cushion, which I did a review pretty recently. So if you guys haven't watched that, I'll put a link somewhere up here. But you can swap the cushion of that with this case, because those two are the newer ones that was released. So I'm really excited to try this and let you guys know my thoughts. So if you guys have tried this and you guys are just curious to know what my thoughts are, and for those of you guys who haven't tried this and wants to know whether this is worth trying and purchasing, keep on watching my video because I'll be sharing you guys my thoughts, and I did a test review of this as well. So keep on watching. Now, before we go into the nitty-gritty details of this cushion foundation, I want to talk about the packaging. So in my intro, I did mention that this is the limited edition. That's why it's a little bit different from what you've probably seen in some online shops that sells fixer cushion, but this is just a limited edition that I think I've only seen in Olive Young Global. So if you are interested with this case, you can actually get it in Olive Young Global. I do have a 5% off coupon code that you can use. I'll put the code down below in the description box if you guys are interested. But one thing that I also like to highlight here is their cushion puff. So this has a heptagon shaped puff. What I initially thought about this puff is that it's just, just to make it pretty and unique, but I think they really made it this way because it has a purpose. Basically, when I started using this to put foundation under my eyes and in the inner corners of my eyes, it really does work because of this corner over here. So it really goes deep into that corner and really kind of helps apply that foundation in a really nice way. So I really like that fact. And not only that, I think the fact that it has those corners all over basically helps with, if in case you feel like this area is already too much foundation and you want to use an area with lesser foundation to kind of just blend the foundation, you can actually rotate and just use the other corner. So I really like that fact, and I think CLIO really thought about how people usually use their puff, and I really like it about it. So that's the first thing that I wanted to cover. And also, guys, this cushion comes with a refill, which usually all CLIO cushion have, and that's what I love about CLIO cushion, is that it always comes with a refill. So the amount of money you pay for this cushion is actually quite worth it because it has a refill, basically. Now let's talk about the details of this cushion. So first thing that I noticed is that it has a semi-matte to matte finish. So this cushion really reminds me of CLIO Foundwear cushion. If you guys have tried that cushion, this is pretty much kind of similar to that one, and I really love that. And I've done a review long time ago with that cushion, and if you guys haven't watched that, I'll put a link somewhere up here. But that cushion is, in a way, one of my favorite CLIO cushion, apart from everything else. I think a lot of the CLIO cushions are really good, but that's one of the favorites that I've been using. And with that, it has also that semi-matte to matte finish and a long-lasting foundation. So this one kind of reminds me of that. And with this, I really noticed that it has that kind of leaning towards more the matte, but it also has that semi-matte finish in a way. Because if you look at my forehead, so I didn't put any loose powder on my face, but I did put a powdered blush, so you might not see any like dewiness on this area. But if you look at my forehead, it kind of just have that tiny bit of glow, so it's not fully matte where your face looks very flat. So that's what I love about it, because it just kind of gives that tiny hint of glow, but not too glowy that you look like a glitter ball, if that makes sense. But yeah, I really love the finish of this. And in terms of coverage, guys, this is leaning towards more a high coverage, but if you are putting just a tiny bit of foundation, it can pretty much do a medium coverage as well. But for me, I would take this as a high coverage, because as soon as I pat the puff on my face, it really just gives that nice coverage on that area. Especially when I started putting this foundation, I do have a lot of blemishes lately, and I was able to kind of cover that up really perfectly. And the first layer of the foundation, you can still see a little bit of the blemishes, but after 2 layers, you can definitely see that it has totally covered all of those areas. And I don't really need to put any concealer unless you have really dark spots. Then that's when you can start introducing concealer to cover that up. But if you do have just that light blemish, you can actually just get away with just using this foundation. So coverage wise, definitely high coverage, and you can actually go away without using any concealer, and that's what I love about this. Even though that this is a high coverage, what I notice is that it's very lightweight, so it doesn't feel like my skin is clogging up, or it doesn't feel like I have that very thick layer of foundation on top. So what I notice is that there are some high coverage cushion or foundation that as soon as you put the foundation on your face, it just kind of feels like you have that foundation sitting on top of your face. So what I noticed about this is that as soon as you put it, it just kind of blends and melts really well on your skin and still have that high coverage. So I think that's really good about this CLIO cushion, is that even though it's high coverage, it doesn't feel like you have that thick makeup on your face. So it just feels very lightweight and just feel very comfortable all throughout the day. So that's what I really love about this, is that you know, it doesn't feel like I will get any breakouts after using this. So that's just what I feel. But yes, definitely one thing to take note is that the lightweight feeling of this cushion foundation is just amazing. Good thing about this one is that it really helps build up that that coverage. So with the first layer that you put, if you have like blemishes, you might still see a little bit of the dark spots, but as soon as you put the second layer, you definitely will see that it has covered that up completely. Unless you have very dark spots, then you might need to introduce the concealer. But with this one, definitely very buildable. So if you are looking for a high coverage and very buildable cushion foundation, definitely this one is a good option to go. So another good thing about this cushion foundation is that it blends really well on your skin. So as soon as you apply this cushion foundation, what I noticed that it adheres really well on your skin. So there are a few cushion foundation that I've tried, especially those dewy finish foundation. As soon as you apply it, it kind of just takes a while to seep into your skin, to kind of just blend and melt on your face. So with this one, I find that it easily blends and melts into your skin. So as soon as you apply, just wait a few seconds, it just really sets well. Like you don't even need to put any loose powder on top. So I did a fingerprint test as well as a rub test to just show you guys how it performs as soon as I put the cushion foundation. So you might be seeing a little bit of the fingerprint as well as the smudge when I rubbed my face. But what I noticed about this one is it just gave that really hint of smudging and the fingerprint, whereas when I was trying other cushion or other higher coverage cushion, as soon as you put your foundation and you did a fingerprint test, you can definitely see your foundation having that fingerprint mark on your cheek, as well as your face having that smudging look as soon as you rub your face. So with this one, given that I just applied the cushion foundation and I did a fingerprint test and a smudge test straight away, it didn't move that much. It really means that it really blends and melts really well on your skin as soon as you apply it. So that's what I really love about this. It's not the same as the other high coverage foundation that I've tried. So this is definitely a good one and really worth checking out, I would say. And now let's move on to the transfer proof test. So the claim of this cushion foundation is that it doesn't transfer on your mask. So when I first tried it, I was a little bit skeptic because I'm sure that at some point there will be some transfer because it's a high coverage foundation, and usually there would be at some point have some smudging or some transfer on your mask. So when I did try it, there was a tiny bit of transfer, which I was really impressed, to be honest. Like, really impressed. If you just saw my reaction, I was just really amazed by that. So this is the mask that I used when I tried this this cushion foundation for a day. I don't know if you guys can see it, but these are my blush. So this is basically the only transfer of that foundation all throughout the day, and that's for a whole day. And I'm just really quite impressed because when I tried this cushion foundation, I wasn't wearing any loose powder at all. It was plainly the cushion foundation, and there was no transfer. Well, there was, but super tiny that you can't even see it. I have to kind of really look closely to see that there is a transfer. So, guys, I must say I'm really impressed with CLIO, how they actually did this, and for them to make a claim and really deliver it is good. That's why CLIO is just my all-time favorite. But anyway, yes, transfer proof, check, and definitely doesn't transfer on your mask. Now let's talk about how long lasting this cushion foundation is. So when I did a test of this cushion foundation, I did this the week after testing the calming cushion, and there was really a big difference from when I was testing this. So I was really impressed about this FIXER cushion.
Hey everyone, so today I'm wearing the CLIO FIXER cushion for a whole day and see whether it will last me that long. And so far, the first application, it's really full coverage. You can see that it's very high. Like, I do have some blemishes, but it was covered, and there's not a whole lot of creasing or any like cracking at the moment, and I didn't put any loose powder, and my face is looking very flawless. Like, I do have loose powder. So really excited to try this, and I'll let you guys know all throughout the day how it's going. Hey guys, so it's now 1 p.m. and my foundation is still looking very perfect. I don't see any creasing. I don't know whether you can see it, guys, and I don't see any fading as well. So far it's been really good, and it's starting to get really dewy looking, not semi-matte anymore because of the oils that's starting to come out of my face, but it's still not too greasy looking. So I still love it, but I'm sure that this is going to stay all throughout the afternoon. I'll give you guys another update and see whether it will actually last me all throughout the day. Hey guys, so I'm now back home. It's already late afternoon, probably around 4ish, and I would say that my foundation is still looking pretty good. Like, everything is still intact. I still look like I have foundation on, and it still looks flawless. Although I did see a tiny bit of fading on some areas, such as this one, and I think somewhere on my forehead, but not a whole lot. It's just on those areas that I have like pimple or blemished area. But overall, I really love it. Like, my lipstick and my eyeliner started to kind of fade, but everything else looks really good. I mean, I'm really happy about this. It's very good. It looks really it really looks semi-matte when you first apply it, but towards the afternoon it tends to look really dewy, just because your oil starts to secrete out of your forehead and also those oily area. But everything else looks pretty good. Like, I love the coverage. I really love how it looks like, and this is definitely going to be a new favorite of mine.
Towards the afternoon, it was still intact. Like, I still have that nice coverage, and I still look presentable. Like, I don't see any fading under my eyes. It's really perfect. I mean, when I compared it with the calming cushion, when I tried it towards the early afternoon, I was seeing a lot of fading under my eyes, and I can tell that I don't have any more foundation, if that makes sense. But with this one towards the early afternoon, I still have that perfect looking skin, and I definitely love how it really looks towards the end of the day. So in terms of long lasting, definitely long lasting and would really last you for maybe until the evening. So if you guys are the type of people who doesn't want to reapply cushion foundation all throughout the day, go with this one, because this is a cushion foundation that won't require you to do reapplication unless there's really a lot of fading, or you have been rubbing your face for quite some time and you might have a little bit of fading. Then definitely reapply it. But for me, I didn't notice any fading at all. So I would recommend this for those people who are looking for a high coverage that doesn't require you to reapply your foundation. If you guys are wondering what shade I'm using, so I'm using my typical CLIO cushion shade, which is 04 Ginger. So my skin type is a combination skin, and what I usually use for any type of cushion foundation is number 23, but I could usually go with 21, or if there's a 22 available, I would usually go with that. But yes, I'm typically a number 23, so the closest shade that I usually go with is the number 4 Ginger. I could also go with Linen, which is the shade lighter before Ginger, but I feel like this one is more suitable for me. So usually go with this one. And if you guys are referring to like MAC shade, I don't usually use MAC, but my shade would be an NC20. So if you guys are in that shade or in that tone, then definitely go with the 04 Ginger. It has a tiny bit of like yellow to warm tone, so I definitely like it because it really blends very well with my skin tone. Overall, I really love this cushion foundation, and I would definitely highly recommend you guys to check it out, especially if you are a fan of the CLIO Foundwear cushion. This is definitely something very similar, if not a little bit better, I would say. So this is something that I would really recommend for those people who have very oily skin and also who have a lot of blemishes that you like to cover. So for those people who are experiencing those kind of problem areas, this is definitely a cushion foundation for you to check out and try, and probably very suitable for your skin type as well. So yeah, I mean, overall, I don't really have any complaints about this product because it really worked well for my skin, especially for me who doesn't really like to reapply cushion foundation. This is something that I highly recommend and really love. So if you guys would ask me whether I would prefer this or the calming cushion, it really depends on my preference on that day. So if I want to have that natural looking skin, I would go with the calming cushion, especially if I have perfect skin, like I don't have any pimples or blemishes during that day. But if I really want to have that nice coverage because I do have a lot of blemishes, then I would definitely go with this one. So it's really hard to tell because CLIO cushion is always good whichever. Like if you want to go with the dewy foundation, you have that option with the glow cushion and the other cushion that they have for dewy looking skin. But if you want high coverage, you have a lot of option. But yeah, definitely a good one to check out, and highly recommend cushion for everyone. Thank you guys for watching this video till the very end. I hope that you guys find it very helpful, and if you do, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And if you do have any questions for me, just leave me a comment down below. And guys, I will speak to you in the next one. Bye.